Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Alilopolis.
Oh, I need D&D Beyond, not...
Alright, can you guys hear me okay like this?
Yeah,
Good.
excellent.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Nope.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
We're still supposed to be around like level 3, right?
No,
In Manipolis?
you are, sir, the only one that I just noticed, too, that are not currently up to date other than Vamira. I think both of you are... Wait, let me double check that before I give you too much inflated there. Yeah, you're level 4, my friend. I think it was just... I think it was just Warren themselves as George that didn't have... hasn't reached level 4 in this campaign yet because of the late join.
So everybody's level 4?
Yep. I think even Mario just made wherever she was. Oh no. 20. No, that was. Yeah, she's still level 4 though.
Oh, wow, I could take a firearm specialist as a feat. That's interesting.
So you're gonna shoot stuff with your feet. Got it.
Right?
Yeah, Mime has a proficiency with firearms, so we need to start finding some.
I think I'm going to take the ability score modifier this time around. Let's see.
So how's the good campaign going?
Pretty good, I'd say. I think.
Swimmingly?
Yeah, it is the good campaign as opposed to the bad campaign. You guys are gaining more experience to do shittier things, you know, stuck in a cavern.
I was just asking because I have a really dumb idea for a character, but it might be good. I don't know.
What's that?
I have this idea to play a paladin of like protection. So instead of carrying like a sword and shield, I carry a shield and another shield. And I just soak damage for the rest of the party.
Just a walking target.
Basically.
Oh,
See, it's a really interesting idea that might be terrible to play as.
Yeah. I don't think it would be that bad. The only problem I would say is that you get a... which did not happen last session. We played Good Campaign, which I still need to upload to the freaking podcast. I haven't done it. I was slacking. But, the last session was a bit Murder Hobo-esque towards the end. Normally, there's a lot more delegation that goes on. is the other thing, because you don't just, as a good person, just don't go, hi, how are you?
To be
Right.
fair, the moral compass of the group that is Shia was not with
Yeah.
us.
Quick question, because I can't find it. The ability, not ability, is it? Yeah, the ability modifier for clerics for their spells. Is that wisdom or charisma?
Clerics, I thought
Usually.
were...
Wisdom, I'm pretty sure.
I think I can confirm. Mime's a cleric and it's wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Because I'm trying to figure out where I want to put my ability improvements.
Yeah. I think the only people that use charisma are
Bards.
bards, paladins, and sorcerers, I believe.
I didn't know about that
Although,
sorceress.
no! Do warlocks use charisma or do they use intelligence?
We're gonna tell your mom she's gonna go down. I'll be right back.
All clear. I think it would be intelligence for most magic users. I thought because they need to be able to memorize a bunch of crap.
Oh no, warlocks are charisma too. Charisma is bard, paladin, sorcerer, warlock. Intelligence is wizards and Charco. Arcane trickster and eldritch knight. And then wisdom is cleric, druid, ranger.
All right. Whoa, what? That is Arcana. Okay. Alright, character sheet.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Oh,
So, what have I missed?
I'll explain. I'm trying to wait until Shia gets here, or goddamn,
Okay.
Mario gets here.
Yeah.
But I was going to lead off with you two guys since what I'd done, well, rather what you guys had done kind of transpired during the time at which everybody else was doing something else. In the timeline of things, because you guys like went off and did stuff while they were doing other stuff.
Huh.
But Baharash, I can fill in most people now as you did a very Baharash thing, and when everybody left the room from looting, was just I'll wait here while you guys finish up looting, and leaned back against the stone table with the coin on it and said, I'll keep watch over this to make sure no one comes in and takes our back door out, basically, and closed your eyes.
We keep doing this. I might have to make that a flaw for Baharash. He's a sleepy fellow. Heck yeah. Because right now one of my flaws is unlocking an ancient mystery is worth the price of a civilization. And I feel, though that's good for the evil campaign, hasn't done a lot for Baharash right now.
That was a lot. What did you actually say there? I think you have to reiterate for me what your flaw was before that you were.
My original flaw, like the one that's on my character sheet, is I gotta pull that back up.
You're like,
Basically, unlocking an ancient mystery is worth the price of the civilization.
oh,
Though that it's fitting for the evil campaign, it has been less than useful for
Baharash.
Baharash. Yeah,
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, I mean that could. I wouldn't say that you couldn't have two flaws. People are generally flawed, and/or characters rather. It's not improbable.
Oh, yeah.
I would say right now, ashes and flints are that of the flesh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Only slightly.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
We gotta turn you up.
What a great greeting.
Yes.
All right. You say a couple things there for me, Mario, just to make sure that I got it back up there enough.
Hello, I'm Muriel,
There we
and
go.
I like to think of Loki.
Yeah, that look.
I'm back. I was talking that whole time. My mic was muted.
Mm.
Well, looks like we got everybody. I know Flint might be a late ad, but like I'd said, we can start off with Griselda and Mariel here. So, what had happened for you, Mariel, is you walked up a ladder, or climbed up a ladder rather, and stuck your head above a ceiling, and you're like, "Whoa! There's supposed to be a ceiling here." And it looked like to everybody else that you were just disappeared above the ceiling. You turned back and said, "Guys, there's something crazy up here." And you climbed up the rest of the ladder, and it just went noise-wise. It didn't look like visibly anything changed. So everybody thought you had just died because they tried to climb up the ladder to go through the ceiling, and they're like, I don't know. And then they talk to somebody to figure out something. They still don't understand what has happened to you. And Griselda, from your perspective, what you had done is after the fight and your Sasha had helped pull you out of the poop river, you were cleaning yourself off, and the Minotaur with the two flame-haired dwarves walked past, actually, and you're kind of keeping an eye on them, and you watch them like basically do something similar where they just walk through a wall, and you're like, what the fuck? And you go straight for this wall and just end up seeing Mariel and
So
just
walls
behind
are eating people.
just behind the Minotaur and the two as your dwarves, which actually the Minotaur picks up on his shoulders and then just rushes forward after seeing Mariel. Mariel, if you could, I don't know how far you're loaded into things at this point, roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
He's like the walls on platform 9 3/4.
10.
That's a 10.
So, after he'd picked up the flame-haired dwarves, the Azer there, he runs straight forward and barrels you basically to the ground, and you just poof, lay flat. He doesn't trample you, though. He just kind of shoves you onto the ground. I'll roll a d6. 2. You just kind of bounce off the ground as you land, and they get to this corner as Griselda's popping out from behind you, like coming up to you to help if you need help, and they're kind of look back once after Griselda had entered behind them and start running down the corridor this way together.
So he like ran past me,
Mm-hmm.
barrel rolled me, and then kept going.
Yeah.
And are you on the ground or are you standing up?
She was currently prone when you came in behind her.
I'm gonna walk up and like hold my hand out to help her up.
And I'm guessing at that, I got knocked, so I'm gonna be like hurtling, motherfucker, just what the heck? And she takes Griselda's hand and stands up. What the fuck? I gotta get my voice here.
Are we running after them, or are we what are we doing?
You're kind of looking around and getting your bearings right now too.
No, that was me asking Mario, like, what are we doing?
I understand. I just wanted
okay.
I just wanted to explain and fill in a little bit more of the gap of the setting of where you guys are at visually. Behind you is kind of this blue or bluish, mainly purple kind of portal in the wall, and the hallway or chamber almost that is around you is this very opalescent hued purple crystallish forms that are just organically almost flowing all across the floors, the ceilings, and the walls of the space that you're in.
So Mariel is going to respond with, I trust Loki to to take me to the right places. So let's run.
Through the portal or after them?
After
Okay.
she said, when she said let's run, she starts going towards them.
Okay.
And you see one of the flame-haired dwarves down the end of the corridor. I think you can. Yeah, they jump off of the Minotaur's shoulder, run over here. You don't see what they do, but there's like this glowing yellow that's coming around the edge that disappears before they run back, and all three of them, the Minotaur picks it up again, the Azer, and runs here, and then creates like this. He just turns around with his axe and slashes the organic-looking crystal, and it just grows a wall as he slashes it, basically, and they disappear behind it. And the crystal here is no longer glowing.
So I guess Mario keeps running. Okay, so then he slashed this crystal in front of us.
He slashed the wall to either side, kind of like in one big arc, just from one side to the other, and kind of nicked the floor and the ceiling as well, and then the crystal just grew right where he did swing his axe.
And that's this crystal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess Muriel will try to replicate, like, I don't know what's going on. I guess she's gonna try to replicate with her, let's see, she has a sword.
Do I see anything on the walls, like where he tried to slash?
It all looks really weird to you because it's all crystally and like faceted, and there isn't any like obvious levers or buttons or anything like that.
So there's nothing like carved into the crystals or?
Negative. So what are you doing, Marion? You said you're gonna try and emulate it, but I was just gonna get an idea here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to replicate what he did with my sword.
Okay. As you kind of strike at the crystals, weirdly enough, you feel a force pushing back as you strike them, and the crystal starts to grow out even farther from where you'd struck it.
Oh.
And you jump back, I'm assuming, or you don't really have to because it's just like right in front of you that you're striking. I was assuming too, kind of like he did.
So I see the yellow crystal to my right.
Mm-hmm.
That Mario kind of goes, don't beat the crystal. I think he was using other powers. And I'd like to investigate it. Or insight to see what I might know.
Investigation would be your best bet, first off. Kind of, because it does look foreign to the rest of the chamber, and visibly what you see basically is a small kind of, not pedestal, but a base almost. You could stand on top of it even, but then it's a domed crystal in the center with kind of a gold ring around it. It does look like a giant button, but when you're looking at it, it doesn't look like it was compressed or anything like, or it is slightly compressed actually to visibly what you couldn't imagine like how it is. And your investigation of a 2, you're looking at it and you go, it's probably a button.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of just pop down on the floor and kind of start chanting to myself, and I'm going to ritual cast detect magic, which takes 10 minutes.
You mind sending that to the chat?
Yeah.
I know on. Duration. I know kind of the description there. I was wondering if there was anything specific about ritual casting, but I didn't see it necessarily.
It just takes longer to cast if I ritual cast it, but because it takes longer to cast as a ritual, but I don't use a spell slot.
Oh, that is a very important distinction, I would say.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you are kind of standing around chanting. You kind of walk in a circle around this thing that Mario's like, it's a button.
Yeah, poke. Yeah, I poke again, it does nothing. And I poke it this time, it also does nothing.
And as your detect magic kind of settles in across your eyes, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
Shit. I was gonna say, this seems real magic. You're gonna get blinded.
Magic.
Okay. 16.
So as it starts to settle in, you notice the hues kind of coalescing, not just around the button where they are pretty much brightest, but even along the walls and the ceiling and the floor, and you can see it start to just burn into your retinas. You close them real quick, and
Oh, wow.
you just feel the backs of your retinas getting that burned image in it. You just get that sense of like when you've seen a flash, like on a camera that's gone off, basically, in your eyes.
Was it a specific color?
It was. Let me see what that is. Off the top of my head. There it is. It was.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah, it was like a golden yellow, actually. Abjuration.
Oh, okay. As that like flash happens and I see that like my eyes are burning, I'm just gonna dismiss detect magic because I think it's concentration based. Yeah. So I'm just gonna dismiss it and like open my eyes and blink a couple of times, and be like, I didn't really get any information from it, but it's really bright yellow.
What does yellow mean?
Protection magic. Or abjuration. It says both on the chart.
So hitting is definitely not the move.
And also noted, as you guys are kind of like really digging into some of the ideas of what's around you and getting your bearings, you get a odd sense and almost an alluring sense towards this direction of a drawing. And if you zoom out actually on your map, you should be able to see an illuminated area on it because you get that sense of that area of where you need to go.
I
That
did
like
see- I
pink
wasn't-
area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that. I wasn't sure. Like, I was trying to think about how my character, like, just because I see it doesn't mean that my character should know that, right? So I was trying really hard to ignore it.
No, yeah.
No, okay.
Thanks for that.
Question. It does seem that my character has leveled up, but I don't think I've taken a long rest.
Negative. No, you have not.
Okay. Cool.
Not as of this moment, but
Yeah, right. Sometime. Okay, so we're gonna keep walking. And Mariel just kind of keeps walking closer to that pink glow.
and you
And
enter into a chamber that's much like the corridor that you're walking through, but much larger, obviously. And there's crystalline pillars off to this side that you can kind of view, as well as similar crystal structures growing almost, it seems like, in different and varying locations, as well as some odd pedestal off to the right side, but that one seems almost like it was made and put there rather than part of the chamber which has been organically grown otherwise.
So, Griselda,
Yes.
you saw yellow in the other chamber, and the crystal was glowing yellow. Do we know what pink magic means?
Pink. That's not typically a thing.
Is red magic a thing and white magic?
Red is evocation, and white is divination.
What am I? I'm a monka. I shouldn't be asking these questions. Just for what can you summarize those? This is Sarah being clueless.
Now recording.
Okay, Greg.
Fucking Craig.
I think, as far as I know. Oh, hold on. Evocation School of Magic is like to like create stuff, I believe. And divination magic, I think, is like to see stuff.
Okay, that doesn't make too much. I think I am trying to stretch the truth, stretch the concept. You get what I say. So the other one was button. So do I press button? I kind of want to press button. Mario walks over and presses the button. Josh, you're muted.
As you get closer and seen, it is very much like the other, as in a button, and you do feel it depress onto you, and you just sense this of energy, and the area which you would come from, which was the portaled area, alights in your sense of drawing you to that place. It almost seems like you could have perceived it as a transferring of energy from one spot to another.
So,
and as it depresses, it loses its light like the other one.
well, it looks like there's only one way to go.
Yeah, can I investigate this real quick? Is it is this a altar of sorts, or?
Yeah, so visibly what you see is 3 steps leading up to these open box of a square that has nothing in it, but it looks like it would be an altar of sorts or some sort of offering as to what you could guess. But it has almost these 2 hands that are coming off to the side, statuesque as well, and this is all carved in a bluish marble that the hands have these claws, and it's kind of just a box otherwise that you visibly can see into that's empty.
Okay. Given like my background, would I know, like, do I recognize this type of altar at all, or?
This seems completely foreign to you. You could
Okay.
roll an investigation or something trying to, like, if you're trying to really remember something, I would say that would be history.
Yeah, I'll roll a history,
Sure.
and then I'm also maybe not. I got a 22.
Oh,
I'll
nice.
just leave it at 22.
So when you're looking at it, you're racking your brain and you're going, this is really, I mean, I've never seen any construction like this. There aren't any deities, and you're looking at the hands a little bit more, and your memory lights an image of these hands across the top of a book you'd once seen but never read, that were kind of the clasps holding the book together. And the title of that book, you kind of recall, had to do with demons and the summoning of them, generally speaking.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Mario and be like, yeah, so, pretty sure they're trying to summon a demon. So,
It was no. Is it a good one? Is it Gerard? I love Gerard. He's funny as heck. I could party with Gerard again.
Josh, do I know what demon specifically or no?
No, it was that book that you're remembering is demons in general.
I'm not sure what demon, just demons in general. So as fun as I think it would be to hang out and see what they do with this, maybe we should skedaddle before they come back.
Okay. Mario wants to try to break off. There's like this little crystal chunk, and Mario desperately wants to take some of this crystal with her.
Sure. So I would roll a strength for me.
Okay.
And if you have a proficiency with a weapon that you prefer, I don't know, describe what how you're trying to attack the crystal.
Huh. I'm not used to. Forgot that Mario has a -1 in strength.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at her. Look at my rolls go.
5.
Get above 10.
So you I'm assuming you're using your hammer,
Mm-hmm.
the newer one that you got too, the big one, a bigger one.
I would actually probably say, like, she has her hammer,
Mhm.
but she's like probably trying to just find one that looks a little loose, and is just gonna like kind of pull it and then like hit the hammer lightly. You know, like she's not gonna go swinging because it was growing before. She's gonna try to like knock one loose.
Okay. So you're you know what you do inside of that too? Roll a kind of an investigation, I guess, just offhand, so that you're kind of like you're ferreting around inside of this crystal bush and trying to find something that's loose on it.
If this is below, get the fuck out! I'm rolling my dice. Give me a second.
Seems like you're not the only one with problems, Warren.
How many ones can this stupid machine roll? That's a 10.
Okay. So you grasp on one that feels a little looser than the other ones, and you kind of take your hammer and you whack on the side of it, and you feel it out of its place, and you just pull it out. As you do, though, you kind of just roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh. That's a lot better, Sarah. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22.
Okay, so seeing what you had seen before, you were kind of ready for it, but as you pull the crystal out, what you actually visually see just behind the other one are these little buds almost, as you had pulled the crystal out, and as they were almost red when you pulled it out, and as they touched oxygen, they burst into this purpley hue and start coming out of the bush to protrude spikily towards you, and you just and you trip over yourself backwards and roll right next to Griselda, just away from the point of it that would have impaled your skull, basically.
Oh, that's very cool.
But you have.
So I now have a crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Is this any type of crystal?
I would say organic crystal for now. Till we figure out what the heck it is. You are not awake yet, Warren.
Oh, damn it.
Sorry. You were currently still sleeping, or drinking, actually, was what had happened last session, probably.
Okay, that makes sense.
We're all hungover.
Yeah.
This is happening as last session is, like, coming to an end.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So I'm gonna say we've looked around. Well, it looks like there's not much left for us, and so Mariel starts heading back.
I'll follow.
And goes through the portal.
Yeah, so as you walk towards the portal, you get one step in front of it, and the next thing you know... Griselda, I'm assuming you're doing the same thing, or are you... Okay, you're just...
No, I am.
catching
I have to, like, move my things together and...
I'm asking because I'm about to switch maps visually for myself, so I didn't know.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a kitty.
Yes, hi to me. So, you guys go through the portal, and the first thing you get is a complete sense of weightlessness, and all of a sudden the floor starts rushing up from you as you fall out of the ceiling in the storage room, basically, Mario. And weirdly, Griselda, you don't show up quite in the same place. You realize as you step through the wall at the end of this. Oops. Go on that side. Here it goes.
Ooh. Sorry.
End of this poop river as it went into another poop chute right next to the stone wall that was that was there, where you would actually seen the Minotaur disappear to.
Okay.
And you guys, as you kind of come out, besides Baharash, who is like startled by you, Meril, I would say, or rather, roll a perception for me, Baharash.
Alrighty.
Okay. So you hear in the other room, and it startles you awake. And I'm assuming in Mario, you come out of that room like, oh.
Well, that was not successful. Hey, Baccarat.
Oh, okay, I see you. Oh. What's going on?
I could ask you the same.
I don't know, I just woke up.
Oh, goodness, okay.
As
There's a ladder over there that leads to a portal. So if we ever need a quick escape, not a bad place to run to. Where's the... Oh wait, I already asked that. So... You want to go find the rest of the people?
Yeah, sure beats, being in this room.
And I would say that what happens at that point, too, as you guys are kind of coming to that sense and walking out of the room, you hear down the corridor the rest of your friends just raucously laughing and kidding each other. And Griselda, you actually see them go in to different rooms down the little creek of poop that you guys had been fighting with the corpses that are still on the ground currently, and they are all seemingly going back to lay down to sleep for the evening. At that point,
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow where I saw them go.
you've seen
Which
some
was-
of them go into this area, and then that would have been you didn't quite see them fully in their face as they are barely they're falling over each other and laughing into their rooms. And Mario, you would have seen as you walked. Yeah, this damn door, right? Forget
Yep.
about that.
Thank you.
Yep. Just followed by Baharash over Mario, easily enough seeing Mame, Zolis, and Vomaira go through this door, actually.
Okay.
And they apparently were going to sleep, as to what you could tell, too. Because it is late and you guys are feeling tired besides you, Baharash, who was just woken up.
Oh, yeah.
But you're thinking you could probably go for another long nap.
That wouldn't be bad. Some food would be great.
I'm just gonna walk in here where I see Warren, and I'm just gonna kind of make myself comfortable at the table and spread out my stuff and meditate.
Okay. What about you, Baharash and Mario?
I'm going to take this bed here down at the bottom right.
You're like, the stone floor hadn't done me good enough. I need to go back to sleep on this cozy bed.
Yes. A soft bed, a well night's rest.
Yeah, I guess Mariel's gonna just, she climbed up, did a lot of stuff, did extra stuff, so she's gonna find this bed down here and go to bed.
I think it's the first time you've actually gone to sleep after nearly dying, too, so.
Yeah, she's like almost died a few times.
Yeah.
So gonna crash. Her stomach grumbles a little bit, but it doesn't matter because she's exhausted. She thinks to herself, "Well, I'm gonna get a nice, good breakfast tomorrow."
Okay. And this is where everybody would be waking back up now after a long and peaceful sleep. There hadn't been any commotions that you could tell other than the nice flowing sound in the outside of your chambers of poop and the occasional of other excrement in that river.
Nothing than waking up to the Allegheny River outside.
And otherwise it was a very restful sleep that you guys had after the eventful slaughter of the previous day.
I wonder if you can like level up multiple levels without like taking a long rest. Maybe like 3 levels later.
Oh yeah, that's actually something that can be done. I think you guys did that kind of with almost with level 4 actually. No joke. Some of them did actually, I think.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit behind.
So yeah, what are you doing there when you woke up, Warren? You deleted it, so I forget.
I was just gonna head out. Was gonna rub my head and go, due to incidents that occurred prior. But I was going to check the dead bodies for loot, and then roll them into the poop river like we said we were going to do.
Okay. The first one you're looking at there has a missing arm that's laying on the floor, and a crossbow, a short-range crossbow, probably because it is smaller for him as a goblin that you're looking at the corpse of, with decent armor for a goblin too. You're surprised to see him so well outfitted. And the arm that was holding the crossbow that's on the ground, he's now holding kind of a scimitar, a small scimitar in the remaining arm that he's collapsed to on the ground.
I'm gonna pick up the crossbow and just toss everything else into the river with him.
Okay. And he just roll. Actually, yeah, roll a. Just thought about that. Roll a. I'm not looking at it now. I need to go back to one.
Strength.
Yeah, just a strength check.
12.
Okay. So you kind of pick him up in one hand just by the back of his armor and kind of kick his arm into the river after you've picked up the crossbow, and you just toss him inside it, no problem. And he just starts flowing. With his other heavier things sinking to the bottom. And what you're looking at there is a split-in-half humanoid. It looks like human, with minor leather armor. Well, what would have been minor leather armor, but is now 2 halves of that. And he's got a scimitar in one hand as well. But beyond that, you remember he was the one that you got the key off of, and there isn't much that else. You could probably you rifle if you want to rifle through more of what he's got too. I would say that's an investigation, and I'm just trying to describe what you see visually as you walked up to each one of them.
I don't find anything else.
Yeah, you put your hand in his pockets and find there's a nice bit of lint left over.
I guess I try to manipulate his mangled corpse into the stream.
Another strike check for me, I guess.
18.
Okay. So in this case, you kind of you're looking at him for a second and think, what in the heck? And you just kind of try to stick him back together, and then just roll his parts into the river. You get your hands a little dirty, but it works. And then he just into the river and sinks down to the bottom, as to what you can tell, and starts floating off as he was doing such too. And those two are the goblins that were left. I don't even remember what happened to them. I'm trying to remember.
I think one of them was decapitated. I think both of them was decapitated.
I think so too.
I definitely decapitated something in that fight. That's all I remember.
The important things remembering of decapitations, you know. Yeah, so I'd say that stands true. Their heads are off, and similarly, they were outfitted as the other goblin was, but they hadn't drawn their crossbows. They still lay on their backs, and they had also a dagger in each hand, as well as the scimitar. Hey, Johnny. Everyone's waking up at this point, so if you get loaded in there, everyone is got free range of motion. Just FYI.
I'm going to set the crossbow aside and pick up one of the daggers.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, kick their heads into the river, and kind of toss them in with it.
Okay. Yeah, just roll a singular strength check, or if you want two strength checks, then you're watching him sift through these. Okay, so I'm going to take the first one as the heads, and you kind of take the dagger out of his hand. It's a nice dagger for what it was. I mean, he was well outfitted. You're admiring again. Seems to be a steel dagger actually. And then you take the sheath off of his hip and put it on your belt, and you look at the two heads as Mime's coming out, and you go, you wanna play hacky sack for a second? You're muted.
Mama's just gonna grunt.
So you kick the head up in the air, with the first head up in the air, and you start going for the second one as the head is sailing towards Mime to kick in a direction. Roll a
Yeah, Mama's gonna
strength,
kick it back.
Strength check for me.
Who?
Mame.
Strength?
Yep.
Okay.
You go to kick the head as it's coming sailing towards you, and you're like, I got this. I'm not gonna miss it. And and your foot goes through it, and you've got now a goblin head on your foot. As Warren throws the other corpse, the first corpse to that head into the river, the poop river.
Does it impede my ability to walk?
I wouldn't say it impedes it, but it is a little awkward. It'd be like walking with one high heel.
Looks like
Where's
you
the
guys
other
got
one?
Goblin shit on your foot.
The other one is still in front of Warren currently.
I'm gonna go over and kick it and try to get it stuck on my other foot.
Roll another strength check for me. A 9.
Ah, damn.
You go for the impaling kick again and just kind of clip the side of its helmet, unfortunately this time, and it just rolls off to the down farther this direction, almost right under that lantern on the wall there.
I'm gonna walk over and try to kick it one more time.
Okay. This one, you line up, you take your time, and you're looking at it, and you go, look at the one on your foot that you're already kind of hobbled over with it on, and you go, okay, if I line up the ears where I got my foot now, I can have the horns just placed right like this one is, with its helmet still attached, and your foot goes right through its ears like the other one, so that your toes are sticking out the other side of the ears. So you've got these two goblin heads on your feet now.
Perfect. Okay.
With their jaws facing down that you're kind of using as the bottom of your shoes. There is still a goblin corpse left here, and the last human corpse that's left right next to you has its head exploded from Mariel. You remember, you're like, oh yeah, that was cool.
So I'm preparing my spells for the day, and I'm looking through my spells on D&D Beyond, and I just found out that I can not only perform funeral rites, but I can also perform weddings.
Nice.
And like the people that I marry, yeah, the people that I marry actually get a bonus from me marrying them.
That's cool.
Yeah, it says for the next 7 days, each target gains a +2 bonus to AC while they are within 30 feet of each other.
To AC?
Creature,
that's awesome.
Yeah. A creature can benefit from this right, again, only if widowed. But don't worry, I'll perform the funeral rites.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you just need to play matchmaker.
So if you marry us, someone one of them dies. You perform the funeral things. Doesn't someone know how to resurrect the dead?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, I don't.
I'll say then you could bring him back to life, marry him again, get that AC again. The 7 days wears off, just blam, blast him in the head, start it over again.
Oh my god.
Back.
True marriage.
Is that what you have planned?
How many days has it been so far?
There was also Baharash, you realize, of the corpses, there was a guard laying next to the poop river over here, too, still. Because I was just going back through the corpses as you guys were cleaning them up. There's still the, like I said, the goblin and the human over here by Warren and Mame, and Mario, you were next to it, but you're farther away now.
I'm gonna go up to guard 3 and kick his body into the river.
Strength check.
Gotcha. Oh, that was a saving throw. I don't know if you want that to count or not.
Should be the same modifiers. Wouldn't matter really to me.
Alright.
Yeah.
How many days has it been
it's
since we killed the imps?
Like a day and a bit now, probably. So a little over a day, probably like a day and a half. And Bahrash, how are you kicking this individual? It's a full corpse in this case.
I'm like full on like kicking with all of my might just to
But is it
chuck
like
this guy into the river.
Is it like a Sparta kick?
It is like a Sparta kick, yes.
Okay, so you take your foot and you just hit him across the shoulder and the back, kind of trying to get full center of mass on this gentleman, and he just rolls 3 times before he goes face down into the river and sinks down to the bottom and starts. You see him start to float off before he sinks down into the river. That is
Awesome. I should have taken that great hammer and actually hit him like a golf ball. That's what I should have done.
Did you know that this is actually how sports got created? Anyways.
Oh yeah.
Did I check Jim already for his shit?
Yes, he had most of the same things that were going on. You didn't investigate either of the corpses as far as I knew. You just were looking at him visually. Because I was asking for an investigation. You did that lastly on the human.
I guess I'll investigate Jim.
Okay. What's left of Jim?
Yeah.
Can you read that to me? I have a cat that I can't read through.
11.
Thank you. Thanks, Demi. You find in like the right back pocket, you're kind of like, ugh, gross. Might as well though. He's probably got some. Aha! And you pull out a handful of coins, and you see 3 silver you count to yourself and 4 gold.
Okay, I think I'm gonna set aside his crossbow and pick up his dagger too, just since the other one was so nice.
And this one is also nice. Another steel dagger. You notice to yourself, like, oh yeah, this is gonna come in handy.
And I just kind of kick him to the river too.
Strength check.
Is anybody else singing "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" in their head right now?
That
You need to substitute
that was-
floor with poop river in this case.
Sorry, that was a saving throw. I'll do a regular one.
That's fine.
Didn't hit it. Okay.
So you
There
go
we
to
go.
kick him, like you'd seen Baharash kind of do, and you're admiring Mime's new fashionable footwear, and go to really dig into this sucker and kick him in the back, and you just feel it stub your toe, and you're oh, but he rolls at least like 10 feet away from you, just right before he would have rolled into the river.
Yeah.
And 1 damage. from that toe stubbing. Can't do half damage. It's not like a... I think we found out there was one place, I think on D&D Beyond we can, but not on Astral.
I'm gonna investigate the human.
Okay. 17. You're like, well, the goblins don't have anything good on them at all. I found the keys on the other guy, and you, in that thought, pull out another set of keys. They look very similar to the first set you had found to unlock, but the teeth are a little bit different. You don't know what they go to. And in his other pocket, you're reaching in, you're, ha-ha, yet again! My luck is paying off. And you pull out 3 gold this time of his pocket.
Interesting.
But he's otherwise got similar leather armor as the other guy, but he also has a full shield. That's a tall shield, a tower shield, those are what those are called. And a hammer, a single-handed hammer.
I take the tower shield and the hammer and set them aside where the crossbows are, and I start dragging him.
Alright. Strength check. 19. Nice. So you pull him all the way up to the side of the river, and in one fell swoop, I would say, use his body kind of as a broom almost, and swoop the other goblin that had been sitting there on the corpse, just the body portion, off into the river with both of them into the river, and they sink to the bottom as they float off to the side here. Anyone gonna thank Warren for cleaning up the mess?
I mean, it's a den of thieves surrounding a poop river. I don't.
Is there a bathroom anywhere so I can clean off my hands?
There's a poop river in front of you.
I said clean off my hands. I don't
You got
think that's
spit.
too much.
Someone needs to cast scrubbing bubbles.
Ha!
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has create water.
I thought there was a bathroom down here of some sort.
There's a toilet that Mario went to go use over there.
But it's just toilet.
But you didn't use it either. You just convened with your god.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just kind of announced that there's the 2 crossbows, the hammer, and the tower shield, like leaning up against this wall. If anyone wants them.
And to clean you're like looking around thinking to yourself about cleaning stuff off too, and you just kind of wipe it on your pants. There's no other, you're already covered in poop stains. Like, fuck it.
The beds that we slept in last. So nice.
Why am I covered in poop stains? Because I'm pretty sure I haven't been in poop yet.
No, you have.
It's just in the air, man.
Wait, no,
on
you
the
haven't.
walls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he joined after the fact.
I forgot.
He joined after the poop shoot.
Well, you were looking around at everybody else, and that's probably why you were like, well, everybody else stinks. Might as well join the group.
I will be stinky too.
I'm sure I'm covered in blood stains, but not poop.
I feel like poop and blood are 2 very different things.
Very.
Mario.
Both carry diseases.
Yeah, very true. Mary's gonna go look for food.
Where are you? Oh, you're across the river now.
Mhm.
You walk up on these guards, and one sitting here kind of cleaning up a hand of solitaire, it looks like, or at least a single-player card game. As you walk up, kind of looks at you, grunts, looks over to this guy over here who's actually standing vigilant guard, it looks like, and greets you and says, "Ah, welcome to Hooch and Pooch again."
Pooch Pooch can. Okay, well, thank you. Do you guys have food?
Well, of course, it's the only bar around here. Jeez, I hope we have food.
All right. What can you give me? I'm starving.
I'm giving you shit. I'm here to guard the door.
Oh, I'd kill him for that attitude, just straight up.
Yeah.
You said so. This is
Breaking
this
kneecaps.
is the place.
Yeah, he pointed to this door when he said he's just guarding the door, but he's gesturing for you to go through because he's recognized you.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Stop loving it.
I like how there's
Enjoying it.
still just the goblin rocking out on stage. The singers and the band's, taking a break, but that goblin won't quit.
Oh no, this is a different goblin. In this case.
Oh. Okay.
I wanted,
This is the-
I wanted
this is
like
the
a cokehead
band.
goblin that was just up all night.
This is the band you would experience previously, from the last time you were in, and the time before that was actually a human up on stage. But this is a singing and harp part, or the banjo and the harp, and then this was the goblin that was singing, who's got a
Gotcha.
big old mug like you guys were drinking from yesterday. But he's not attempting to pick it up. He's just got his head in it like a dog would.
That's smart.
Alrighty. So, Mime kind of heads over and goes, can I get some food?
I was looking for where you're at. Ah, yes. I was trying to help other people get through that darn door again.
Thank you.
Is this? Yeah, this is Gerald. I made him look exactly the same, so it's a little. I'm gonna put his name actually over here. He goes, welcome back to Hooch and Pooch. What do you have? You said food, but what's your poison, I guess?
It depends on what's your poisoning. I don't know what you serve. I don't know what people eat down here.
Was Mario? Have you been to this bar, Mario?
No, I have not.
That is right. You haven't.
Oh, where have you been? We've been here like 6 times.
I've not been here. Yeah, I've been dying
That's
in
right.
real life. So
Glad I wasn't the only one.
yeah.
So he goes, oh, yeah, well, see, I just kind of associate everyone with the big motherfucker over here. With your group.
Not make grunts.
With your group. And, yeah, you do look a little bit different now that I'm putting it together. He kind of squints his eyes, and you can kind of see they're bloodshot, like he's been drinking, and is just waking up himself. And he goes, oh, well, if you haven't already been informed, our special is Goliath potatoes with that's a potato bowl with a bunch of broth and soup inside of it. It's as giant as this
These
friend's
sound
head.
perfect. I'll put one.
Alrighty.
She like interrupts him, like, yes, that works.
Me too.
He just wanders back, kind of stumbling a little bit through the door in the kitchen. You can hear the sounds of cooking and such from.
I'm cooking.
Is anybody else doing anything over here? Ash, Flint, Warren,
Heading to the bar too, also.
Vomira? I
Yep,
know you haven't
I'm
left
gonna
your...
go get some nice water for my hangover.
I'm gonna yell at the Drow or Jared if they could hear me for what we were drinking last night. I forget if it was mead.
Ash says that, I say, you know what best is for hangover? More alcohol.
Yeah, I want another giant mug of whatever we were drinking last night.
Does Bob give me any advice on this?
Myra nods in Flint's direction and orders another tall glass ale.
Okay, so you've wandered out of the room at this point too, and up into the bar.
Hey, I made it through the door. Just aim for the crack.
That's what I was trying to do. Oh, I did it. Maybe.
Okay.
Mariel looks over at everyone grabbing a beer.
It
I
is
was
not.
like,
It is not.
trying-
There is no grabbing. Just FYI, Flint. Are you trying to get to the bar too, or are you doing something over here with Baharash? Just before I go.
I seen Balharosh up here, and I thought I was gonna give him back up in case shit went sour. I didn't know what was going on.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on up here.
So you'd kind of approach this guard, I'm assuming, and they greet you with a drawn bow, basically, and say, "What's your business with the prisoners?"
I have no business with the prisoners, but you should put that down before you get hurt. I was just merely trying to see what was going on up here.
Yeah. We've had some trouble in the past, actually. Just more recently. I think it was from your own group, where a guard has been stabbed and a minotaur has been let loose. So, just keep your distance there, fella. And he takes a half step back towards the cage wall.
I'm pretty clueless.
That's fine. What, who do you got behind them gates?
Oh, it was just a drunken misunderstanding, it seems like. At least that's what this gentleman goes, and he kind of kicks the fence, and you hear the bearded devil yell from the back. Oh, yeah, it was one of your. I think I recognize this gentleman. He points to you, Flint. But it's pretty blurry. I was drinking pretty heavily last night, and the next thing I know, I'm in fucking jail. I was talking to a Goliath though too. They're having some weird conversations.
It could have been me. I was balls deep in a companion.
You get a grin out of
Speaking the truth.
you get a grin out of the guard and you get an actual laugh from a hooded figure over here, and the bearded devil goes, huh, "Well, can't blame you there." And you see his tentacles that are covering his mouth kind of wiggle excitedly, more so than they were. Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. Well, if you're just guarding these two, they gonna be out anytime soon?
Not really. We're thinking of trying to get them collared, and make them Nobunaga's next indentured servants.
Well, hard labor for one sins is always a great payment.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. He's still got the bow drawn. He's got his back up against there. He's very hesitant. The guys in the cage seem more receptive to your humor than he did Flint. Even you only got a grin out of him.
Which side of the gate? Which side of this fence is the gate to get into the cell on? Is it on his side?
There's two actually. There's one on his side and one on your side. As you approach it, he gives you the side eye while still keeping the bow on Baharash.
Want to try to pick the lock.
Mine.
Evil cafe.
Are you not trying to hide the fact from him? Is the other thing.
I was. That's why I did the sleight of hand. Should I do a sneak?
Yes, that's what I was gonna go with. That too. Is this
Okay.
That would tell me whether or not he notices it. And okay, so you're kind of leaning up against this gate nonchalantly. You're trying to think. You're like, I remember this one joke actually. After you were trying to be funny before. Roll me a. I don't know if you have one already prepared, but that's what was going for. That you were going for that sort of slight distraction as you're picking the lock, but you're trying to pick it and you can feel it just not quite clicking. You're like, I got the first pin. There we go. And you're also still thinking through the joke that you're going to tell. But if you were to do it again, I would say roll a performance and a lockpicking, or a sleight of hand. Unless you have started the lockpicking skill.
I haven't.
Okay, 24
There's
performance.
performance and there's sleight of hand.
Oh, damn. So, what joke are you gonna tell this guard? It's got, whatever it is, it's gonna be awesome. That's all I'm saying.
So, you know bees, right? Buzz buzz.
Yeah.
You know what they use to comb their hair with?
Honey?
A honeycomb.
He lowers the bow a little bit. That's a pretty clever one. And you just hear a click from behind you. The gate doesn't actually move or anything like that. You just know that it's unlocked. And he doesn't suspect a thing.
Let's see. Oh.
And the guys on the other side have kind of slumped back, bored. They're like, inside of the enclosure prison.
You know what a pirate's favorite thing to hunt down is after a long day of treasure hunting?
Booty?
More booty.
Yeah, that's it. That one I've heard. That's a good one too, he says, the guard. His bow is pretty much lowered now, and he goes, you guys should really leave. I mean, if I suspect anything, I'm going to holler, and there's going to be at least 5 more of me come running.
Just a
Right,
thing. Just a sick guy.
If you need more jokes, I got more jokes. I'm not even around here.
Yeah, what you guys are...
Really wanted to chime in with.
You know why it gets so hot after a sports ball game?
Oh,
All the fans leave.
oh.
With that one, I'm just walk away.
Oh, shit.
Side note, Ike hates dad jokes.
Baharash also hates puns. Yes.
Were you trying to go follow the rest of your party? You noticed them go up this way over to Hooch and Pooch. Oops, I grabbed one of the corpses.
Where is Hooch and Pooch? I don't think I've actually been there myself. Oh, it's up this way.
Yeah, you've seen him walk over that way, and there's some guards there. I couldn't remember. I thought you had been here. You'd swum up the Poop River, right?
Yeah, he went up the poop chute.
Yeah, we've been here once
Oh, did we
before. I just didn't know that it was called Hooch and Pooch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've been here. Okay, wait, when did this guy die?
Oh, this guy here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's been dead. His naked body's been laying there. That was the guy that escaped from you guys killing all of that extended part of the faction. Oh, you didn't know this though. This is news to you, Baharash. You're like, wait, I thought this guy escaped.
Good thing there's no freaking health department. I'd call him. This is gross.
But he's naked because he looks like he's been like looted and just murdered on the spot. Basically, his face is bashed in, and he's got a bunch of bruises and cuts all over him.
Looted and abused.
Gross.
Yeah, the dead body is why we're calling the health department, not the poop river.
No, the Poop River's fine. It's more of like a theme.
As you'd walked in on the bar, though, the dro behind the counter, the rotund dro was just saying, "That'll be a silver a pop here per." And you see him pulling the giant tankards that are basically small barrels of it in themselves. And he starts, and he's still pouring off the last couple before you guys start slapping down silvers on the bar. And he every time he hears a silver clink down, he slams down a mug. That's
Slapping down silvers needs to be a game.
Yeah. Well, if he's Also, other than drink, I also need food. I'm famished.
And he says, "Yeah, I'll throw in another order." And he just says, "Gerald, one more." All right.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna like kind of lean over to Mame and be like, "Hey, I seem to have missed some festivities last night. Quick question: did we ever give these guys the dead imp?"
You're muted again, Mame.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Ah, okay.
No. I think we all just got really hammered.
Yeah, because Griselda and Von Myra had been not here at the time, and Gerald was asking for the imp heads. You remember too.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any of the imps. I think it was
Harash.
in Flint, right?
No, I took the skin. I didn't take any of the heads.
Oh.
I really do not like this conversation. I'm about to eat, and we are talking about skinheads.
Have goblin heads for shoes.
Yes, I noticed that. It was not. I feel like scooches over away.
Warren orders one of the bread bowls and a 4-finger pour of whiskey.
Oh, okay. And as you're ordering it, this druid was about to set down the barrel in front of you and looks down at the silver, and you would say that, and he's like, "Ah, fuck," and he just drinks the whole thing. And
Yes.
shit, where did he go now? I took him off the map. Crap.
Oh, where did he go? He must have caught Nitro.
Yeah.
And that was just a sober for that, or?
No, he finished it and wipes his mouth off and grabs a bottle and a glass and sets it down, takes your silver and pours off a 2-finger pour. And I was just trying to map at it at the same time, so excuse me if it doesn't look quite exactly like I was describing, but you see the nice amber liquid in front of you as he pockets the silver, and you hear him start to yell off behind him for Gerald for another potato bowl. And he goes, "Oi!" from the back.
Potato bowls for days.
As I'm sipping the freshly poured whiskey, I look over to Ash and I'm like, I really hope no one poisoned these potato bowls, because we're fucked.
You've eaten so many.
A heavy question. Are we still trying to go to the other thieves guild?
And then,
We know that problem already.
as you're talking, Merida, I'm assuming, Flint, you've made it up there too?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure everyone's here. And Gerald kind of kicks open the door holding bowls of potato soup for everyone and lays it down, and that'll be a copper. Before he lays one down, he's kind of got 2 arms full on either side, waiter style, of these giant potato bowls, walking up to you. Looks at each of you to lay down a copper first, and then sets it down and goes about his business while you're talking, Mario. And he heard you mention the other parts of the Thieves Guild, and he's like, "Ah, yeah, I think I was supposed to get you an audience with Nobunaga. I think I got drunk and forgot."
Likely story.
We are probably the ones who got you drunk, so understandable.
That Constitution saving throw that I made was for the whiskey.
Okay. I need to find an appropriate. I like whiskey myself, and I need to find an appropriate, like, little token thing for those sorts of drinks, liquor drinks. I don't have one. The barrel's pretty easy. Anywho, put it on my list. Yes. And you guys are all down a silver and a copper now, or it is a copper, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you, if you're to take the drink, the Constitution, it looks like, Warren, you feel that warm sensation just fade away the last of your aching head from the previous day nicely. And you're like, ah. And Mame, your head wasn't even hurting or anything like that. You barely felt that much of a hangover at all, but the nice aromas from the beer still seem to hold, or the ale rather, still seem to hold true with that floral oaty honey flavor coating your mouth of a fresh baked bread this morning, actually. And Griselda, are you trying to lift this? I know Mame probably wouldn't have trouble. That's why I didn't really bother too much, because the thing is probably as big as one of Mame's hands that they can wrap around it. But Griselda, this thing is like as big as your chest, so you'd kind of almost have to wrap your arms around it to pick it up. So it would actually be a strength check as well as a Constitution. So
as we're all, never mind. Go ahead.
I was just going to fill in that everybody sees Griselda go full ham on this thing, ready to just bear hug it and take a drink of it like most of you had done yesterday, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" as you fall backwards and pour the drink all over your face, and you get a good solid gulp, and you before you land on your back and stand back up a little quickly, but you saved only about half the barrel.
Warren,
like jump up and take a bow and sit back down.
Warren says, "Been there, done that."
Mame is gonna stand up and pick the cup up off the floor and put it back on the bar.
Barrel. It's a small barrel.
Barrel. Well, I mean to you guys.
As this is
I'm
happening,
gonna like nod at Mame and be like, thanks.
as this is happening, I remind everyone about the loot that I left over by where the bodies were. See if anyone wants it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna grab one of those crossbows. Were there any bolts with it?
If there were, I kicked them into the river.
Well, thanks.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna walk over to Griselda and her sloppy mess,
I'm going to.
and I'm gonna show her my broken pistol. Like, didn't you mention before you were able to fix this for me?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna lay everything out onto the bar, and I'm going to cast Mend on his pistol. Not sure why my stuff keeps sending twice.
So I would say you look around and you kind of just don't see what you need. You ask Gerald real quick, "Hey, do you have any lodestones around here?"
Giggity.
He goes, "Oh, what about those impeds you guys owe me? Maybe we can make something work."
Yeah. Who has the impeds?
I think someone said last time it was Baharash.
Yeah, didn't Baharash go back and pick him up?
Vamira?
I thought Griselda had them.
Oh, okay.
No, I cast the ritual on them to preserve them, but I don't know who actually took them.
I don't remember either. I think before you cast the ritual, Braharash and I had the heads, but I don't remember who picked them up after the ritual.
I can't say. Let me check my notes.
I think, for the sake of the story, Baharash took him.
Yeah, Braharash, where the heads?
They're here in my they're here in my pouch. Here.
And you
I
pull,
just-
you slap him down next to your barrel on the counter, still perfectly preserved. And Gerald walks up and goes, that's 5 heads you got there. It's pretty nice haul. What about that one that's floating around behind you there, miss? And he points over to you, Griselda. That add another one to the tab.
Sasha's just gonna kind of hiss at him. I'm gonna be like, yeah, not gonna happen.
Okay, then. As long as it keeps its tameness here, we're all on good terms. And he puts up his hands like, it's fine, and grabs the heads off the counter. Well, he doesn't even do that. He just kind of rolls them off the counter and onto the floor and kicks them back into this storage room over here deftly, and turns back and starts pulling up a bottle of whiskey per head, and then he stops and he thinks, 1, 2, 3, okay, and then he goes over to the storage room real quick, and he comes back out and he goes, he'd laid down the 3 whiskey bottles in front of you, Baharash, and because you'd given him the heads, and you were asking for these, miss, and he pulls out of his pocket and proffers 2 stones that are perceivably stuck together.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna take them and like place them with Flint's pistol. And I'm gonna start like muttering some stuff and like moving my hands slowly across the pistol.
I'll describe it a little bit more too. So while you're doing that, you're moving your hands across to the mass of it. You have the stones over top of the pistol that's in generally the shape it was before, with the pieces that are in hand. And the last motion, just as you finish off your, what is that? You pull the lodestones apart deftly, and they slam back together, and so does the pistol at the same time. And glows softly with a soft purple glow before looking like it works again.
I'm gonna hand it back to Flint and be like, should be good as new.
Aye, my lady. We'll see. I'm gonna take my pistol. I'm gonna go over here to Darius. I'm gonna yell, fire in the hole, and I'm gonna blast him in the gut to make sure it works.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
As you do so, I would say you feel a good bit more kickback than you're used to. After loading the black powder and the shot in there, you didn't add any more black powder than you would normally, but you look down at the corpse where the smoking hole that's behind and actually gone through the whole body at this case. There's a slight purplish hue to the embers that are left on the body now, and as they fade to nothing again in a charred hole that was where the shot went through.
I'm gonna hold it up and look at it. And I'm gonna ask, like, anyone know how to detect magic? 'Cause this is not right. It's better, don't get me wrong. But this is not right.
I mean, I can detect magic. Do I need to detect magic, or would I know?
Oh,
happened to it?
from that experience, you're like, oh yeah, I made it better for you. You know, like I figured while I was there, I might as well add you some benefits, and hopefully you like it. I mean,
Hells yeah.
I'll get get with you on that for sure, but I would say for now, just if it were to come up in any quick instance, it's like a +2 to its general stats in general. Even better at aiming. You're noticing it's got like a little bit better heft to it, and a little bit more damage. Obviously, as you'd seen. And that general, just rule of thumb off the top of my head, first guttural instinct is like 2 to each of those. But I'll work up something. The more time you give me with some of these things, sometimes I come up with something cooler.
Josh.
Yeah?
Just as a note, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I found this out with the like nautical nonsense. If you, as a DM, have a like campaign on D&D Beyond, if you go into your collections and you homebrew a weapon, or like an item, you can actually add it to your players' character sheets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd noticed
and
you'd
they
done.
should be able to see it.
I noticed you'd done that, but with that one item. But yeah, I didn't even notice it at first. It took me a second, and then I had to ask you to make sure that I didn't actually accidentally put it in there or something. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I know to begin with, you told me to use the Exandria pistol because it was like the only single shot, or we called it a single shot because it was the lowest magazine pistol in the game.
Okay.
What if, to make things easier, it is the Exandria pistol now? 4 rounds, like piercing with explosiveness to it.
Yeah.
Because I know for all the other times I used it, I just used it as a single fire flintlock. I never counted in the explosive damage that this thing has on it.
Works for me.
So,
all right.
As everyone's sitting at the bar, I kind of just look down and go, so pretty sure those were the 2 quests we were given. What do we do now?
Yeah, let's talk to that dude.
Yeah, where's your boss?
I'm assuming you turn to Gerald and say that.
Yeah.
He goes, he's rubbing his eyes after watching you perform the stuff, the magic, and Flint apparently shooting the corpse, and he goes, either I've not had enough to drink today, or it's fucking Monday. Well, I think I was saying, I did not get the chance to talk to Nobunaga yet. I mean, you could try to barge in on him, but he's not gonna like that. Otherwise, you could probably help us out. There's the individual last night that you, he kind of points to Mame, were talking to that caused a commotion and stole the cards and such off the table from the Drugger. And the one that's sitting at this table, kind of with his head in a mug, lifts his head and he goes, "Yeah, that fucking asshole over here." And
I think we can take those guys easy.
And he says that, yeah, there's there's one minor thing that we could use your help with in that, and then I think collaring them is something that would actually help your standing with Nobunaga too, but it'll be a little bit of a challenge. It's kind of like rustling cattle. And he says, I'd have to go get the collars, but once they go on, they can't do anything without permission, or their heads will blow off.
That sounds
In a nice
like a pile of food.
forest.
I don't know about everybody else, but I'm kind of getting sick and tired of being these people's errand boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, who do you want a collar? Why would I put a collar on somebody?
Oh, that's the demon from last night that was sitting over here. He's got the tentacle beard. And then
No, he was cool. I talked to him. I don't want to put a collar on him.
Oh, well, you said he'd stolen some cards too, apparently.
Nah. You don't know what you're talking about.
Those guys didn't. Wait. No, because I don't know who the other people were that you caught playing with the cards earlier.
And there's the guy that normally was smoking that you'd vaguely recognize, some of you, standing outside, walks in, sits down at the bar, and he goes, Oi. Are you that group that just took out the... He's talking to Warren after he'd sat down. Took out that faction in our guild here?
Who's asking?
Oh, well, I'm kind of asking as a favor to someone that, I'm not sure if you know the name Nobunaga.
Yes, I've heard of him. As I like nudge Ash.
Well,
You know, like we have heard this name before.
my name is, Court, with a K, and, I just, was informed by our valiant leader that he'd like an audience with your group. I'm not sure what to call y'all, and I didn't even know who the hell I was looking for.
Fucking mudslingers at this point.
he laughs. Is fucking mudslingers? Is that with the fucking? I'm guessing.
Yes. Fucking mudslingers.
There's always a fucking going on.
He goes, well, if you just walk through the door you'd come through originally, back out to that side where the Poop River is dammed, and give one of the lizard guards there this note. And he pulls out a note that says, it's like a official-looking invitation to a audience with Nobunaga. In scrawling golden script.
I will take the note.
He nods to you. He kind of just, hey, Lars, give me a double. He slams down the silver. He says, fine. Cork here.
So I'm gonna walk over to our the rest of our friends here and inform them of this nice note and that Nobunaga would like to see us.
As the drow takes us over, I say, "Where's my potato bowl?"
It should be it's actually in front of you. Gerald put it down. I just haven't visually come up with a potato bowl either. Sorry.
Just put a potato.
Thump.
I guess I have been eating it for a while then.
This boy's gonna be gassy.
I'm gonna look at Ash.
Yeah, for anyone that's rolled or taken any damage today, I would say if you'd eaten the potato bowl, you'd gain that damage back. I knew it was minimal damage so far today, and stamina. Pretty much everybody's got that back after resting and eating now too.
I'm gonna look at Ash as she says, like, Nobunaga wants to talk to us, and like, it's about fucking time.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're off to see
Does
the
everybody?
wizard.
Did I tell everybody this? Did they all hear it? Should I just whisper seductively into everyone's ear? Hey, Nobunaga wants to see us. Hey, Nobunaga wants to see us. Nobunaga wants to see us. And then I just saunter off.
I mean, you could do that on your own time. She was saying, like, that was a bad joke. Like, yeah.
Bleh.
Yeah.
So you guys all walk out of the bar, out through another guard that recognizes you and just nods his head as you guys walk past.
I'm gonna start. Yeah.
Wait, we going through the back way we just came?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it this door or is it the guarded door?
Yeah, which way are we going?
I'm gonna guess the guarded one.
I would too.
Because this door's the bathroom.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna say anything to these guards. I'm just gonna walk right past.
Yeah, we're leaving.
Yeah.
I shouldn't hear that we're leaving, alright?
As you would walked up
No,
to
the
the
guards
guards,
outside the door.
as you'd walked up to go reach for the door, they kind of just take their bows and point them at you directly in your face, basically, too, and step. Are you here for an audience with the Nobunaga?
I pull out the note real fast and put it in front of Griselda's face. Like, essentially blocking her view of the weaponry.
And,
Like, yes, of course we are.
And they go, and they'll just take a half step back and lower their bows and open the door for you.
Damn straights.
As you walk into a cozy-looking room that's got wooded floors, wood walls, all hard, warm colors, a nice rug of leopard skin in the middle, some other nice
nurse.
storage around. You see a large and in charge busty Dryder sitting behind a desk that just greets you all with a, well, hello there.
Wait. You said busty Dryder, so the spider has tits?
Half spider.
Yeah.
Half
Looks
spider
like it's
woman.
got purple skin too, and a bloody sword.
No, I've seen this in anime. This is going to be really cool. Or
I
really
don't
bad.
believe they refer to that as anime.
The
Either
sword-
way.
Whilst in public, we call it anime.
Either way, this aligns with Baharash's interests.
The sword isn't there. It's currently at their hip.
Okay.
Or what you would assume is their hip, kind of along their thorax, and she's standing rather.
We know what the hip is.
Unthreateningly, if awkwardly, on this throned chair, with a nice. Actually, I can do that. I forgot I can do that. I'm gonna add it. Webbing underneath of her and on the chair that's kind of holding them up.
Mick's gonna sit down on this chest over here.
And yes, she says, please have a seat. What should I call you all?
Handsome.
Don't call us that.
You can call me that.
Did she just web us?
No.
Talk to me.
Okay. I was like, goddamn, what the hell of a green is she reeling us in?
We make her excited.
I approach the counter and I'm like, you may call me Ash. And I hand her the nice piece of paper and I was like, a gentleman handed us this.
Ah, yes. And she just swipes it into a drawer real quick with her help of one of her added arms. And, but it is nice to meet you, Ash. I meant your group as a whole. It will be easier for my accounting.
Guys, what are we called?
You can debate openly hats off if you want for a sec.
Super awesome mega commies.
Gold diggers.
Gold diggers?
More like silver.
I thought fucking mudslingers was funny because, poop.
Yeah, but I hope we don't.
I'd like to
shoot forever.
Yeah.
I'd like to escape the poop, please.
Yeah, it's not like we're not from here. We've been here a long time, but guys, we've seen other things.
How about ascendance? Because we're going to try to become gods and try to get out of this fucking sewer.
Mario?
All deities.
Deities.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that, shouldn't we not brag about that plan? Wouldn't people try to stop us?
That's why I said ascendance. It's not that.
I feel like people would think we're delusional with that name and not take it seriously.
Ascendance or deity?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe that'd be a goal of ours.
Mariel Vomira? I don't know if you guys want to weigh in on this, but you're both muted.
Yes, extra input, please.
Meow.
On the name?
Meow. Meow.
This is a group decision.
Mariel, you're really hard to hear.
Yeah, we're called the Meow Clan.
Cybella's huffing and puffing over here. I don't think she approves of that.
I don't like meow.
I don't know. I got one of our cats' name's Karma. She's sitting here just screaming at me.
You don't need any more food. You've been fed twice a day.
Literally, how to get Kate to start screaming is literally just shake the food bowl, and it's like she hasn't been fed in months.
We are the tainted. Oh, call us the tainted roses.
Oh my god.
Wait, this is the campaign with the the staff, right? The giant dick.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what?
No, it's the other campaign. You
God damn it.
I mean, there has been giant dicks involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 so far. I'm not keeping track.
Bragging.
What if we are shadow seekers?
Say that again.
Shadow seekers.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm actually looking up synonyms for darkness, like right now.
Shadow
It's something-
seekers.
Yeah, I was gonna go something Crusaders, but Shadow Seekers is pretty badass.
Yeah, I like the Shadow Seekers.
Yeah, let's go with that one. I like that one too.
What is that
Is
from
that
Lada?
not profane enough for you, babe?
I'm down for that.
You're still really
Can we
quiet.
just make Oni dicks hard and jerk
Shadows.
Go ahead. I had to.
Do you
turn
really
up
want a
on volume.
legacy of jerking off demon dicks, though?
I didn't do it. She did.
No.
I got us a coin. You're welcome.
I'm a pharmacist.
That
at
can
best.
be her legacy, not our legacy.
I mean, when it comes to this Drider, I'll take one for the team for this go around if it needs
You're like,
to
I'll
be
write
done.
that all right.
Right? That's not a thorax. That's a thick axe.
Right?
Not a
Gab, I think I know what your next cosplay is gonna be. Jeez.
Oh god.
Whenever we do the Halloween evening, that's what I'm gonna dress up as.
There you go.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Allow me to apologize now.
So I think we are coming to a conclusion. Shadow Seekers?
Shadow seekers.
Yeah.
All right, and I assume that's what you tell. You kind of look. What had happened during that is you were kind of like whispering into your
Medallion?
torque, which is the necklace that you guys are wearing that you can communicate with each other real quick, and you're just like, guys, we need a name. And you heard a bunch of them, all of them kind of like coming up with these names, and you're like, we're called the Shadow Seekers, just unanimously.
Have you ever seen that Key and Peele skit where they're like fake football players?
Oh, like the names?
Yeah, Torque Construction Noises Lewis or whatever. his
Yeah.
name is. That's what I keep thinking of.
I like to think of us as like a mid-90s emo rock band.
Yes,
And-
we are called the Shadow
Sweet,
seekers.
sweet edge.
I forgot
Be
an
like
ER.
Shadow singers.
Except no, there are no bards in this one, so that would be singers would be seekers.
Do we not have a bard?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm a bard at heart, so.
Yeah. She just says, "Ah, wonderful. It is good to find individuals of like minds here. As I'm sure you know, my name is Nobunaga, and I run this guild here. These rough bunches, they don't know too much about organization, and luckily, I can kind of handle them as best as I can. I've got my ways." She kind of winks at you, Ash. I'm sure you're familiar with them too, with a fine figure as yours. And as I see you've gotten a Bob. Yes, that wily old bastard. We used to be friends back a while ago. Before he came annoying. Chimes in, he just, sorry, mistress, it's kind of a bad habit of mine. And,
I asked her how long it took him to become annoying for her.
and she just says, "Oh, I don't know, probably 100 years or so of his antics, and I'd started to grow up, if that makes any sense to you. He's a little childish at times, but all in all, he's got a good place and a good soul.
I'm sorry, what's happening?
Talking about Bob being annoying.
There's a skull that you're seeing visibly that you hadn't really noticed before at Ash's hip that's in a leather-strapped cage around this metal skull that jabbered away whenever addressed. And
That's
you
a good
assume is
point.
Bob.
I forgot people weren't here for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they missed out on the introduction of Bob.
Who's
Bob
got
the Skull.
In his first antics with the group.
glowing orange
Yeah, they already
eyes.
went a little too far.
Oh god.
And
Wait,
Giggity.
Jesus.
and Nobunaga.
Wait, did somebody fuck the skull?
No, but
I guess you'll have to listen to the end.
proceeded to tell
As a
me
tech-
about. I don't even know. You told me about someone fucking a skull, and
No.
then you brought up Bob on the kayaking trip.
Yeah. They weren't fucking a skull. That's not what I said. They had a
No,
skull.
I know. But the thing I remember the most is the guy who fucked the skulls.
Did we make our name the Skull Fuckers instead of the Shadow Seekers?
No.
Yes.
Skullfuckers is pretty
No,
badass.
that's Flint's nickname now.
Yeah.
Flint the Skull Fucker?
Technically, it
I
wasn't
mean,
the
that's-
skull.
Yeah, based on a
Pretty badass
technicality.
sounding.
On a technicality.
The skull was in a different vessel at the time.
So as you
You're
guys
saying
are
sure you skull fuck people to death now?
guys are
Want to see a magic trick?
you guys are catching up, the Nobunaga is kind of chuckling to themselves like, I can't similar stories. It looks the expression on her face. She's looking off to the side. The priest over here, though, sitting lazily on the couch and goes, "Are we getting on with this? Oh, are you guys just ribbing us here?" And Nobunaga says, "Settle down, Rodress. You've had plenty of time here, and we've got plenty of time to get on the subject. They're just enjoying each other's company, as I'm sure you've done with many of your time. Though that lizard brain, I'm not so sure." And she just kind of mumbles to herself. Anyways, he seems to be quieted by Nobunaga's statement there, and she goes, "Well, what Rodrus was trying to bring up here is the fact that we, as organized as I try to keep the bunch, they are still rowdy, and unfortunately, it seems the demons below us have been rather fond of our bar, and it's been profitable for us so far. However, they are a rather, we'll say, industrious lot that want to spread their regions, and honestly, I have no problem with it because we've had some good deals, and they actually have been able to take out some of my family, that assholes they are, over in the southern quarters down by the Drugger there, the dark dwarves and the dark elves and their weird ways. I might be part of them, but I'm not part of them anymore, if you know what I mean. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but we've run into some problems with those individuals I was just talking about too. They're kind of at war with each other for territory down below us, and it's causing some problems with our trading and our storage. I'm sure you've seen some of it. We've been kind of running out of space as a thieves guild. It's in an organized fashion. It's hard to keep everything when there's war going on below you, you know what I mean?
I can only imagine, but my question is, what can we do? What do you expect us to do for you?
Oh, sorry.
Well, you may have met one of the problems already. As to what I understand from some of my reports, the sorcerer Ferris has gotten away from that faction that I was holding here in this group. I was trying to keep him here in hopes that individuals like yourself would come along to be able to murder him. Unfortunately, with his escape, he was able to report back, and now we are on their shit lists, if you catch what I mean.
Wait, didn't the sorcerer escape to the bar and get brutally murdered by
No,
the
that was
traders
just
there?
that was just a random grunt we had captured and not killed. Warren chimes in from the back.
Okay.
No, no one managed to get their hands on that Ferris asshole.
Yeah, I remember Ferris like disappeared through a door. He like
Yeah.
I missed that session. Actually.
like vanished. Yeah, he vanished and like left.
Yes, I would see Meads left the guild, and I think I wasn't quite sure which of the factions of the war he was on. It seems he was being a quadruple agent or some shit like that, because he was with us, and he was also with the Dark Elves, and also with the demons. I think he was really just trying to get the best on top, but it was kind of throwing a wrench into our works, because now they think we're with one or both of the factions. Now both of them are going to try and come after us, is what I'm guessing, anytime, any day. We kind of need a little bit of a...
Ultimatum.
No, I'm blanking on the word we're emissary for us to go over and smooth things over with these two groups.
Emissary, Warren says, with the quotation marks. Hands.
Yeah.
Air quotes.
Smooth over? Like what do you mean by smooth over?
We might not be the best at smoothing over.
That is a fair point. That murder that you had done was quite nice. Well, the smoothing over that I would require is some minor exposés of our power to discourage individuals from coming into our poop chute, if you catch my drift. And for the Dark Elves, they should be the easier of the two to endeavor after. I can say from personal experience, their fortifications can be mighty upon coming close, but otherwise they themselves are not nearly as formidable as the demons. And a simplest solution would be to cut off the head, if you catch my other drift. I'm drifting all around tonight, I guess.
I'm picking up what you're laying down
Yes, I think I understand what you need.
when she says head.
Warren says to himself, same old, same old.
And what will you give us in return for this service?
Well, what is it that you are after? I think I've heard tale of the Shadow Seekers. It's gonna take me a second to get you used to that name. I know I've just been hearing whispers of your groups. We're looking for a way out of the labyrinth.
This
That's
would be
quite
true.
nice.
Okay, if that's the case, one of those methods had just escaped at your behest. And where I'm not pointing fingers, because I do appreciate the help with that outside faction of the Thieves Guild we had, that Minotaur was one of our means of going above the labyrinth and out into the world to gather goods as thieves.
How so?
With a Minotaur? Not
How
very
exactly? Yeah, how so? Like, how exactly does that work?
Somehow, this magical beast is beyond obviously being extremely intelligent, is able to, without any failings, recall every part of the labyrinth in its changing ways, and is even able to affect it and travel through it at will.
Motherfucker.
We're not quite sure and understand any of these magics ourselves. As being lowly thieves, most of us have been dropped here by Manipolis. The others have gathered here from many underdark areas and regions and such to profit from its abilities.
Warren face palms. Minotaur in a lab.
So, what Mariel's thinking about the time that she climbed up the ladder and was like following the centaur. And lost him.
You mean the Minotaur?
Minotaur, yeah.
Someone's very quiet.
You
That's
can turn them up individually.
Yeah, that was Mario. I had to turn her up to 200%, but I had heard everything you'd said. You were saying that you'd climbed up the ladder and seen the Minotaur, actually.
Yes. Yes. I guess Mariel says motherfucker because she's thinking in her head that she should have continued following him.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very different route, I guess.
Oh, so you'd seen where he's gone. Can you tell if you can get to him? He's also a means, but he's pretty wily. He's the first way we were able to catch him was quite off guard, rather. As you know, we gather goods from above, as I was saying, and we'd gotten our hands on a book that we'd known that he'd wanted, and lured him in that way. Not sure of any other pieces of that he'll actually want in the future, but that one in particular had something to do with how he was created. So, yeah.
So you're saying that you didn't even trap him, you just got his attention long enough with a book, or did you actually bring him in with the book and successfully trap him after?
Second one you'd said there. I didn't catch your name. She's Nobunaga says.
Damn it. My name is Mariel.
Ah, yes. Small one, Mariel.
So those Azures that were with him, were those your people?
What? There were Azures with him?
Yeah, little flame-haired assholes.
Oh,
Don't
no.
like sharing their weapons.
Yeah, those assholes are down with the dark dwarves, the Druger, because they work together to create masterful weaponry for their masters. And if they're with them, my guess would be that they were looking for a way out to escape those masters.
He had two of them with him. They seemed pretty friendly.
Must have been some sort of deal they'd worked out. Not sure. She kind of thinking to herself. Often.
So, do you know about the portal that is in your storage room?
In my storage room? Do you mean the Thief Guild's factions storage
Yes.
room?
Yes.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Goes into some weird other crystally labyrinth thing. Bob's told me of it, and he gestures to Bob. And reporting, he was the one that was actually helping us in reporting back a little bit on the faction in the guild, considering our history. And she kind of winks at him.
Oh boy.
And you just get a chuckle from Bob.
There's one in the wall too.
The wall? I don't know about that one.
I don't know. I followed him down there, jumped through the wall, wound up with Mario in the crystal area, and then jumped back out through the portal and was back next to the wall again.
Ah, it is weird. The labyrinth has mysterious ways. That's all I know. I've accidentally walked through one of these portals, and it wasn't even at Bob's behest. We were just walking along, and I leaned up against the wall to start making my webs for the evenings, and fell straight through it, winding up in these crystal areas that you're talking about. I was trying to summon a demon, actually, and gathered some materials to try to escape, but happened upon a button of some sort. I didn't understand and just escaped out of it myself. That was many eons ago, though.
Well, that's where we were. We were exactly in that location, and
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
just the labyrinth seems to take you there. I don't get it. The labyrinth itself is magical. I'm sure you know.
We do an insight check to see if she's telling us like the whole truth.
Yep.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
19. You're pretty sure she's telling the truth. You're 99.99% sure she's telling the truth. She just seems tired of telling the story. Like she's told a lot of people before and they've never believed her kind of tone. But when you say that you guys have been there, and she goes, "Oh, really? Yeah." Like yeah, I was saying it's definitely still part of the labyrinth. It's, it's just weird. I don't understand it. I've been able to talk to has understood it. We were looking and trying to find books and such about it, but the labyrinth itself is just the freaking conundrum.
Mm.
Quite.
indeed.
So why, if you could get out, why are you still here in the labyrinth? Why haven't you just left?
Oh, we quite like it here in the labyrinth. Protects us with its own magical ways of mystery and such.
So what are the other ways out that you know of?
Of the labyrinth?
Yeah, because you said you knew of a few ways and that the Minotaur was one of them, so what are the other ways?
Ah, the other ways. One of which is the demonic path, and the other is that of the dark elves. The dark dwarves have a way too, but generally it either involves something with their masters and becoming a slave to them, or death through their masters. I've just tried to avoid them to all costs. Their masters are bad news bears, man.
Have you seen their masters?
No, have you?
No.
Well, damn. Maybe we could have made a deal with them, she starts thinking.
Their guard killed me though. That was kind of cool.
She gives you a side eye with her hand still like she was thinking. Goes, she gives you one over. You look pretty alive to me. Yeah, there are some weird things about that visage, though. I figured those burns were just always there.
Yeah, I've been around the block a few times. Tell us more about this demonic path.
So, the demonic path, if you're willing to go that route, it is a much more dangerous route. And I would personally find escorts and or ways to get to those routes of escape if you were to be emissaries for me, as I was stating before. But if you're willing to go the rest of the route all the way to the end, you might as well escape yourselves. It sounds like that's what you're stuck on, even though I could really use such a lot as you if once we get the Minotaur back in our grasp. Maybe that could be another task for another day, though, as well. Anywho, I might as well tell you I'm already halfway there. If you get to the through the maze that is each one of these two areas, there are they kind of look like exits from a cave, but you find yourself transported into a whole different part of the continents and areas most of the time. That's why I prefer not to use those, and the Minotaur was the safest bet because they knew every bit of the labyrinth and all of its wily ways. And sometimes those exits could even lead to back parts of the other parts of the cavern and be completely turned around and not know where the heck we were. I'd actually had one person come back to me after trying one of those routes and completely forgot who they were and that they had even tried to escape and became part of the Thieves Guild before dying again.
So wait, what you're saying is the demons tell you like where the end of the thing is, but it's not actually a way out? I'm confused.
It's mostly a way out, but the demons themselves can't use it, and if they use it, they would be basically turned around or turned away from it. They don't really notice it themselves. So if you're looking specifically, I don't have all of the information myself because I have not been to that portion of the caverns. I grew up down by the Dark Elves, and their exit, I'm assuming, is similar to this. Their exit is that of a cave entrance that looks like a cave entrance, or exit, if you will, out into a nice glade in the middle of a forest. And from there, once you exit it, though, it could be completely different. I've never tried it. I've only heard tale of it, as the Drow had gone out into nightly raids onto the humans and elves and dwarves and every one of the above races to assert their dominance and murder, rape, and plunder as they will.
So what you're saying is if we find where the Dark Elves are, we can just walk the fuck out?
Into a very odd port of the world, possibly. The other times, the Dark Elves have the best of it only because they know how to activate this portal to be to the outside. If you happen to walk through it on your own, you might be turned back around by like that individual into some parts of the cavern and completely forget your name and how to even speak words probably for a while. It's the magics of the labyrinth. I don't know what to tell you. It's a weird place. It holds you. She's a wily mistress until she would let you go.
Okay, so should we discuss amongst ourselves what to do?
Yeah, I don't know what everybody else is thinking, but I feel like maybe taking our chances with the Dark Elves.
All I heard was rape, torture, and kill.
But doesn't she want us to be emissaries for the Dark Elves?
In quotation marks, yes.
Emissaries?
I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like we should be able to do whatever we want.
To the Dark Elves and to the dwarves that are down here too, I think. Right? Or the demons.
No, the demons was another way out. What does everybody else think of this?
I
I kind of feel like we don't get a lot out of being her emissary because I guess their like main way out was to follow the Minotaur, which we let loose.
Yeah.
So have we just essentially trapped them down here too?
Why don't we just try to find the Minotaur?
How they
We could do
recaptured
that.
the Minotaur?
Thought we killed the Minotaur.
I think
No. He liked us. He was like, if you guys need anything, you know,
Oh, okay. Well,
just
yeah,
just holler. And he
I'm
went
not
to like go
fine with-
read somewhere.
I think the best way to find the Minotaur would be to go back down to where those dwarfs were, because he had two of the Asians with him.
Oh, you think he'd head down there?
I thought they recaptured him.
I don't know. Last time I saw the Minotaur, me and Mario were in some crystal cave area, and he disappeared. He charged at Mario, and then ran down the hallway and disappeared.
Okay,
Yeah, last time we saw him was after he helped us kill a bunch of things, and then he walked away.
Yeah, and then and Marigold chimes in and says, and Griselda and I saw him after that in the further tunnels. We happened to stumble across a portal.
Yeah, so I feel like since the Minotaur is like the labyrinth, basically, if we go to a place that's far away from these fuckers that are trying to capture him and use and abuse him again, if we go to like, you know, some abandoned part of the lab, I don't know, maybe yell for him or hang out there for a little bit, he might come find us.
I like the tiny.
Yeah, we could try that.
I'm down for that.
Does anybody know what like Minotaurs like to eat? Maybe we should take them some food.
Isn't it like virgins or something?
Well, none of them here, so.
Yeah.
Well.
Edril, you've been muted this, or I was looking at the first name. Vamira, you've been muted this whole time too. I didn't know if you wanted to weigh in on any of that.
I'm gonna like nudge Flint and be like, "Hey, if I cast Zone of Truth near Warden and ask him if he's a virgin or not, you think I'll get the answer I'm anticipating?"
Oh, for sure.
I'm not actually gonna do that. That was just banter with me and Flint. It's good stuff.
Waka waka waka.
Yeah, so why don't we,
And Nobunaga basically says while you guys are talking amongst each other, presumably to a whisper, but she's gone back to writing in apparent ledgers and taking careful notes of items and things and such, and looks up to you guys throughout your talking, kind of smirks and laughs, and yeah, the Minotaur can be useful if you know the right things, but unfortunately, the labyrinth itself, I mean, it's a good route. We took it ourselves. Don't stop me from keeping you from your paths, but know that they are not entirely what they seem. Sometimes they are a bit more aggressive.
Out of character, should I brush up on Pan's Labyrinth before next session?
Don't let it be Pan's Labyrinth. Just let it be Labyrinth with the Goblin Gate.
Oh, if it's got a Minotaur in it, then it's Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth didn't have a Minotaur, did it?
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain it did. Didn't it?
Old Greek mythology of a Minotaur in a labyrinth.
I was gonna say, isn't that just a thing that's been like around for a while? I don't think he's making it like individual like reference to something.
Pan's Labyrinth's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it didn't have a Minotaur.
No, it didn't.
Oh, I thought it did.
I don't know, it's been too long since I've watched it.
Yeah, same here.
I would be of no help in this subject, but I base the Minotaur off of the Greek mythology more than anything in my head.
Ah!
A
clue!
Hey, Nobunaga, you got any virgins we can have?
And Nobunaga chuckles and goes, "Good luck finding one of those down here." Continues writing in their ledgers.
I'm sure there has to be some ritual somewhere that you can create the virgin, like, clean yourself with water, say few prayers, you know.
And
I have some holy water.
Yeah, maybe we just, drench somebody with that.
I mean, have we
I,
confirmed that
like-
that's going to bring the Minotaur to the yard?
Could I like
Milkshake?
roll
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
could I roll a history to see if I know anything about minotaurs?
Sure.
Okay.
This is when a bar would come and help. Handy.
Man, I'm gonna have to listen back to this episode because I zoned out.
Side note, did Sexy Eyes do anything to Nobunaga?
I wasn't entirely sure what you were doing with that. Is that like was that like a seduction, I guess, for that?
I guess. I mean, it was just like, hey, you know, what's up?
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from that, I guess basically in between writing her ledgers and looking back up at you, and you looking down through her cleavage, and she noticing as you look over at her, you just give her the old blue steel, and she goes, you see her shiver a little bit and go, "Ooh, seems you got a strong one in your party here," and she just kind of rips off a corner of of the ledgers that she's writing on. Writes something down onto it and says, "This is, why don't you read this there, Baharash?"
I'll go up and take the piece of paper.
And it's just a crudely drawn figures of you two entrenched in a very alluring pose in their bed chambers, and she just kind of winks at you after you look back up and nods off into this direction.
I whisper into my torque. Be careful. I'm sure she's into bondage.
What was
That's
what was
fine. I'm just gonna...
what was the 8 for, Ash?
I was rolling a history check to see if I knew anything about minotaurs.
That's right. So you you know that they are, as you're watching Nobunaga kind of depart themselves and says, "If you have any other further questions about us in particular, Rogers should be able to help you." And he kind of just nods in a slight stupor over here to you guys, and but be wary, there is a gladiatorial combatant on the other room that is at our beck and call too, so do not take advantage of my hospitalities, she says with a glare towards them before getting a big old smirk and skittering quickly off to the door.
Well, it was ominous.
As you come through the door, Baharash, let me see here.
Wait, are we staying the night here?
I don't think
know
it.
about you guys.
Well, I'll let that.
He's like, catch up with you guys.
I'll let that lie for a second while you guys are doing anything else over there.
Why is there a strength save for the Drider?
Don't worry about it. I'll explain later.
Man.
Okay, I'll make one
Well, do we want to drink for another night?
Maybe we go find the minotaur.
Yeah.
That's true.
Aren't minotaurs meat eaters?
So to describe the sorry, I didn't finish that, did I? I was thinking of other things here, trying to multitask. It's hard. So beyond the fact that you know what Nobunaga told you of their interest in their own past, you know that the Minotaur is a created creature, as what you recall from from that explanation Nobunaga gave you as well. They are a construct, if you will. They are not actually part of the general just ecological anything. Just like the labyrinth itself, they were both created at around the same time, and the Minotaur was kind of part and parcel to the labyrinth. They were their protector and their inhabitant of this place, and they were pretty much bound to one another.
So, if we go to like an empty part of the labyrinth. We like knock on the wall.
Ooh, I wouldn't hate that.
How about
We could
we
do that maybe at the place where like Griselda fell in particular.
How about we go check by the cage where we saw him last?
Why would we go back to the cage?
Wait, he said that they said they lured them in by books. A book specifically. Is there something that maybe we can like look around and?
Yeah, it was a book about where he, like, how he was made or where he came from.
You guys hear from the other room a startled Baharash who is lifted into the air and slammed onto the bed before getting a Drider on top of them.
Oh God. Okay.
Hell yeah.
That you're not experiencing the Drider on top of them. You just hear the ah! And
Nice yell in the distance.
Yeah.
Are these books over here?
Yep.
I don't care where this goes. I'll write up a new character if I have to. If Baharash dies this way, it'll be worthy.
I'm gonna walk over to the books and start looking through, see if it like any of them say anything about like a labyrinth or a minotaur or
There were books in the room that Flint and I slept in last night. Should have looked through those. She did say don't take advantage of her hospitality, so I'm gonna say that probably means don't take any of her books.
Yeah, we're looking.
Okay.
yeah, I'm just looking.
We're just.
So roll an investigation for me.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Okay.
Bless you.
I feel like that was that a sneeze or a dog bark?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was.
Bella's huffing and puffing.
Oh.
An 8. So you were looking over these books and sorry, sometimes it's hi Bella. It's helpful if you guys tell me what the roll is because I'm looking at like 5 different screens sometimes.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. I just wanted to let you know that's why I was taking a second. I seen the 8 now. So you're looking over these books and you see kind of a lot of information about the stuff that you're not that familiar with. It seems to be magics of the undergrounds, like the dark elves. Some of it's even in their specific language that you can't quite understand, and some other things actually of the lizard folk you assume language because it just resembles them. You know, it doesn't. You couldn't tell otherwise. That'd be your best guess.
BRB.
I'm gonna come over to Rodris here and be like, hey, do you guys have any other books on like the Minotaur or this place?
And he goes, well, I think we've used the last of them up to gather the Minotaur the last time, and we'd made the other deals with the demons and some with the dark elves themselves, but seeing as we used up most of their goodwill now, I doubt they'll deal with us again.
What do you know about like summoning this Minotaur?
I know diddly. My race has pretty much been here since the beginning too, as far as back as the Minotaur, but we kind of just stumbled upon the place as a holding homesake, because most do not enjoy the lizard folk. They find us at odds with most other people.
Well, you're helpful. Thanks. I'm just gonna kind of walk back over here.
Aye, you're welcome, my maiden.
Anybody have any other ideas? because it doesn't seem like they have any books or anything.
How about we just try to find the Minotaur? Didn't he say he would owe us
That's
something?
what we're doing with the books. That's gonna help us find the Minotaur.
Well, can't we just go look where he was last?
Where he was last is he disappeared through a wall. That every time you hit the crystal wall, it grew with more crystals, so. I mean, yeah, I think so, but I think maybe. Hey, just get 1 second. Mario walks into this room, and there's an armored halfling.
Yep. So you walk into that room, and the individual sitting at the table, enjoying a nice tea, nods to you and goes, must be having an audience with Nobunaga. How are you?
Yes, I am. What brings you here?
I've been, and you notice a torque around her neck sitting as you sit down, presumably across from her. And she just says, well, and it's as of stone instead of ice like yours. She gestures towards yours, though, and says, I was of Manipolis. My, brethren had, thrown me out after my adventuring ways and becoming a steadfast fighter. I was no longer welcome on the homestead. And, found myself in many drink before I ended up being accepted by the Dark Lord himself for Manipolis, but I'd lost much of my crew. They had unfortunately not been able to stand up to the ways of the labyrinth. And you guys hear off in the distance, roll a performance for me there, Baharash. Just wanted to see what was going on there.
Oh my god.
Come on, that one. Oh, I'll take that.
21. So, what are you doing with this? This is whatever you're aiming for. You've accomplished it. So, what are you doing?
Oh, giving her the business. Like,
Okay.
The beast with two backs. The good.
So you just hear a high pitched, not even a scream, more of a chittering echo throughout the entire chamber, and in the middle of your conversation, and the halfling just says, "Oh, seems you've pleased our mistress, or someone in your party has."
When Baharash finishes, can there just be like this booming thunder? Since I'm lightning.
Yes, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So you've rocked their Nobunaga's world literally now. There and everyone else is in the vicinity, I guess, just with the clap of thunder.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Something like that.
Oh, that was the wrong button.
Right on.
Uh-oh.
Fucking, that hurt my throat.
Hmm.
That hurt Nobunaga's too.
Oh. Yeah.
Shit. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm talking to a halfling.
Back in the character.
I feel like they don't even know what to do in this situation. Okay. She said, someone seems to be rocking the world. Okay, she goes, yes, I'm with a world-shattering moment like that. I'm surprised that doesn't attract the centaur.
I'm sorry, the same what?
I keep calling it the wrong thing. I'm sorry, Josh. Oh, centaur?
It's Minotaur.
Minotaur. My bad.
Centaur is the half horse people.
Okay.
He's a full on bull, like standing up on two legs, basically, is what you'd seen. If that helps you.
Just centaur and minotaur are like the same word
I got
in
you.
my head.
I got you. I just was just.
Okay.
She was a little confused too, and goes, oh, the Minotaur. Oh no, the Minotaur themselves is fairly uninterested in our goings-ons. If for the most parts, other than it seems they were interested in some of the books we've gathered.
What role do the Minotaur have in this labyrinth?
Role?
Yeah,
Seems
with
they're
the-
just, part of the labyrinth. I don't know any particular.
Oh, do you know any juicy stories about Minotaur?
Oh, well, there was this one I could tell you if you've got the stomach for it. Actually, it's gonna be a little bit of a doozy too, because my party was part of that. So it's gonna take me a second. And she finishes off the tea and uncorks the bottle that's sitting on the table that is obviously not tea, and pours off a full glass of what looks like to you a red wine. Do you need one?
Yeah, and Mariel kind of like, yeah, pour me one.
She pulls a glass from out under the table and pours you a glass of this blood red wine.
Okay. Mariel takes a swig.
No cheers where you come from. Well, fine. She takes a drink.
Oh, I don't. Well, I figured. Okay, you got me there.
You're so excited about wine.
It's been a long time in these tunnels. I hope you understand.
Oh, I most certainly do. She takes a pull on her glass herself and sets it back down on the table. Well, let me tell you of the time, and you just hear interrupting her beginning of her story already. Another from Baharash. Roll a I don't know what you were doing after you'd finished, but you're getting pulled back into the bed if you're trying to stand up and get dressed again. So.
Oh yeah.
No. No leaving.
Second round of the blue steel.
Oh yeah, and she just another performance there for me. So you just hear a whoof and giggling, just high pitched and from.
Oh no!
That was almost a nat 20. It fucking rolled at the last second.
Oh dear. And she gets you under her, I guess, and you shoot her your load all across the thorax, but she's like, well, you're still good to go, and keeps going. And
now we just hear Baharaj screaming.
And he goes, oh, sorry, just, your mistress can be a little rambunctious, but so my party, we'd come into this. I'm sure you're familiar with Manipulus's cavern, and told us that we would become gods if we'd faced the challenges of the labyrinth. And we were mostly rejects from the world, as I'm sure your group and party were. We weren't part of any big factions or interestingly big enough in the family chains to become the next in line for the throne, or if what will you. And he was offering us these power grabs, which are quite fascinating. And if you're able to get them, more power to you. But my group had been venturing off with the Dark Elves, and we'd partnered with them before I'd known of this Thieves Guild here. And on one of the raids, on coming back, the Minotaur was not too happy with some of the Dark Elves' abuse of his portals to the exterior, because this is his labyrinth and he is part of it, as you know. And kind of just ran a good bit of us through before disappearing, killing most of my party. That definitely did us in.
Yeah, I say we go find that Minotaur and have a good time.
Mariel laughing, that was Sarah laughing at Griselda.
Yeah.
Hopefully she isn't half Black Widow. Or what is that? Praying mantis. They eat their mates afterwards.
Yeah.
What?
But this is a spider, not a praying mantis.
I know, but okay, back to Mariel. Mariel goes, I'm so sorry to hear, like, she kind of like finishes off her line and goes, I'm so sorry to hear that. I've been rushed by the Minotaur myself. I just trying to find a way to get out. You know, yes, too many spiders down here. No offense of your, but I don't, not a spider fan.
No worries. The mistress procreates on a prolific level, if you will. So yeah, I think she would not mind.
Didn't we fight spiders at one point?
Yes,
We did.
We did.
Was that her children?
You're not sure. You're questioning that currently, I would say.
No, didn't she say? That's what I was wondering. 'Cause she said that there were like problematic spiders down here in one of the quarters, and I remember we killed a bunch. I was wondering if that was a reference to the spiders we killed. Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Yeah.
Kind of.
As soon as we came out of the poop chute.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like a giant green one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I almost died.
Yeah.
I actually died. Came back a little bit.
Died, came back. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
a
I thought
rough time.
that's what she was talking about, but maybe I was
I've been
wrong.
talking this whole time. I think what she was talking about then, when she was saying there was like problematic like things down here, I thought she was talking about the drow being problematic, like her dark elf half.
Oh.
Apparently the Minotaur doesn't like them either. Or no, wait, we can't hear this conversation, can we?
Nope.
No, but you'll get related the moment I come out.
Okay.
Baharash,
Thanks.
you're in the foreplay. You have been at least bitten twice from her normalness. Not, she didn't protruded any fangs or anything that you could see, just through your scales, and you can feel some blood starting to pool at your neck, and excitement was rising for that second thing there. So you got just a little bit of damage there. That's what that 2d6 for a total of 7 damage was.
Oh, okay, hell yeah.
She's a kinky bitch.
And she's after having her way with you that second time was, are you ready for a round 3?
Oh, I'm down.
And she skitters off and goes over to the cupboard and pulls out some manacles and goes, are you in for good, even more fun times?
Yeah, whatever you got planned, I'm down for.
Oh gosh.
And she starts stringing you up to the ceiling, basically, to have you have her way with you for a third time. And up, she gets up on her the haunches to go at you again. So roll another performance if you would. Well, I guess not much in your case. In this case,
You want me to roll survival? Gab, if you're talking, it's not coming through. She's okay. She's talking to her mom. All right. What do you want me to roll? Like a survival or something?
Oh, sure.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, my mom called me.
You're good. So she bites you another time, this time biting a good chunk out of the left side of your neck almost, and does another 4 damage on that side, and I'm going to... And seems to enjoy herself, though, with all of her appendages wrapped around you, hanging from the ceiling like that, and you're feeling your shoulder slowly dislocate. That's what the other parts of that damage would be.
Hell yeah.
I keep doing that. It's the wrong one. Okay, finally. But she seems quite satiated from this go around too, as she's skittered around all over you while you're holding onto the ceiling, and taking that chunk out of you. Seems satiated and lays on the bed. That was a wonderful time. Shall I have your name?
Oh yeah, I am Baharash the Mountain Sage.
Oh, wonderful Baharash the Mountain Sage. I'm sure you know my first name, Nobunaga. But my last name is Ikoiki.
Ah, I like it.
If you find yourself in these parts again, I'm sure we could find something to do, she says mischievously.
Oh, I am most sure of that. Hang on. Out of character. Hang on. Nobu. Did you spell her last name for me?
Yeah, it's I-K-K-O. Oh, I might be spelling it wrong. Iki. So the I is on the second one. Yeah, it's I-K-K-O-I-K-K-I.
All right, cool. I was just putting it in my notes.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll remember that little tidbit of information for later. Am I still in the webs?
Pretty much. She hasn't let you go yet, but if you figure if you were to ask, she'd probably let you go. But you're hanging there still, yeah.
Yeah. So Nobu, if we're all done, how about you you let me out of here and I get back with my companions.
Oh, most certainly, Baharash. Just one moment. She gets back up groggily and undoes your shackles.
Or they fuzzy
Alright.
shackle.
As I'm freed, I am going to clap my hands together and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
So So I don't know what's going on with what I'm doing here. My healing and damaging, when I do it on D&D Beyond, it's now reflecting to Astral now. So pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, it's looking good on
Yeah.
my side. It got the 7 straight up. That was nice.
I mean, I have to apply it. Like I have to type in 7, then hit heal, but it reflects on my health bar on Astral, which is
Wait, what?
nice.
Oh, I didn't realize what you were saying. Now,
Yeah,
that's
so
cool. So you
yeah,
can
the trick for whatever reason, I load up D&D Beyond first, pick whatever character I'm using for that campaign, and then go into Astral after that. And I'm like having 0 problems, and that's integrating now. So
That's awesome.
oh yeah. But all right, yeah.
And when you clap
I'm
your
gonna head out of here.
hands together,
You
but
have a good one.
the scars are still left on your neck of the encounter, but the
Oh,
Are these scars visible?
if one wanted to look closely, I would assume, because they're scaly scars.
Someone get this man a potato soup. Stat.
right. I'm gonna go to Flint and be like, dude, check this out, and show him the scars I just got. Like,
Bruh.
yeah. I'm gonna high five him back. It's like, yeah, you know, it was a good time.
You
Does
both,
Baharash get inspiration?
yeah, you both would have an inspiration from the high five. Actually, I would say.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it. I was talking about him getting laid 3 times in a row.
Oh yeah, that that alone was be some sort of general inspiration, but I would say the other added was the high five for sure.
Yeah. I'm down for that. All right, guys. So, what are we doing? I'm just gonna kind of play it like cool and nonchalant now.
As you like wipe off some spider web stuck on your shoulder.
Yes.
Well, if you're done, we would like to go find the Minotaur and get out of here.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
But it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Mary,
it? Oh,
to,
yeah.
Yeah.
to finish up some of it, I know, Mariel, you were talking to them. I forget what you were saying, honestly, if you were done with that conversation or not. After she told the story, she told the story of the dead companions, basically. That was last.
Yeah, that's the last.
Okay.
I remember. I don't remember how the conversation particularly ended, so I can't like.
I think you guys were interrupted again at the end of her conversation with loud noises from afar.
Oh yeah.
Um.
Do.
Well, so let's question. What's your thoughts on Manly?
Ah, you mean Manipolis. Well,
Yeah.
he's got his self in a predicament, as the ancients go, you know. If you talk to him, he'll tell you just about anything, and what I understand is he's currently the underworld to the overworld, and the god to it all. And luckily he's awake, that's why he's able to recruit so readily, as opposed to his opposite, Alalopolis, who sleeps upon him.
Yes. Oh, this is right. This is right. Okay. Just, I hope we'll drink another one for your troop. And I apologize that happened, and I hope we can, not justify, but words. Maybe justify.
Honor the loss?
Yes, thank you. We'll honor your death, not honor.
Avenge?
Doesn't avenge maybe? I don't want to avenge. It's okay. Give honor. We'll go with honor. Through our fight to find the Minotaur.
The Man of Tar.
Yes.
And she says, "That is kind of you. Might I know your name? I am Aru Greatpot."
Hi, Arlo. My name is Mariel.
It isn't.
Beetle.
Oh, what a wonderful last name. I wish I were of your people and not my soft ones. But it is great to meet you.
It is great to meet you, and don't worry. As a monk, being called Bethelhammer is not really the best thing.
I can understand.
Right, hello. And she walks away.
Meow.
Are you done fucking the spider?
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, I am.
For now,
For,
yes.
yeah, for now.
Alrighty, let's.
Oh no, when we high-fived, we strung fucking webbing across that.
Yes.
Gross.
Good
You
times.
Yeah. You guys just remind me of Oni cartoons. And like the Harry Potter goes.
Hell yeah.
Harry, or the chosen one. What's wrong? I'm so nervous. What if I can't get it out? Wingardium Leviosa. Ronald, oh my goodness. Terrible. Okay.
Good stuff.
I think it was a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to wrap it up then too, are you guys just going back to the corridors to like, or are you just gonna press pause here?
I'd probably just say press pause here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
press
Yeah,
pause here
I'll
so
say.
that
Okay.
this is very memorable so that we all know where we're at.
Yes.
All right. Works for me. I just wanted to make sure. Well, good session.
Oh yeah.
You are.
Oh yeah.
Just off character, those constitution rules. I'm just playing it as that everybody can pretty much procreate with everybody, just regardless of this list of being able to procreate or not on the how to have sex PDF that I send everyone.
Okay.
So by the third and final roundabouts, you definitely are going to have some weird ass children there, Baharash.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm gonna train them up. They're gonna be badasses.
Oh my goodness, how many?
Dragonborn have 1 to 3 eggs, but Drider is a little weirder. They're not even on the list technically. It looks like, but considering the anatomy and all, I would assume that it has some. Oh Christ! I'd have
50
to
to
roll.
100.
Yeah, I would have to roll a
Yeah.
D100.
You can imagine of them like just one of them's just a regular dragonborn, but they have like 8 legs behind them. To, like, could you imagine like the mobility? Like that would be such a badass fighter. Like you put metal tips on there. They're like walking around on all 4 legs, but they got like
Oh, you
8
said
appendages to stab people with.
metal tips, and I heard metal tits. My bad.
I also heard metal.
I mean,
that
hey,
too,
that
Depending
works
on the
too.
gender.
Mm.
Oh,
What?
This is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be like when Donkey has sex with the dragon in Shrek, and they're all just half donkey, half dragons.
Yes.
We're gonna have half Driders, half Dragonborns. They're gonna be monsters.
The gestation for a dragonborn is what I was going to go off of too. Is like 5 months.
Ooh,
But
heck yeah.
yeah. And a couple more sessions, Ash, you're going to have confirmation on your 11-month gestation period, unless you find some way to manage that.
Mario, give me your hammer now!
you deal with your own problems. Leave my hammer out of it.
So
Oh goodness.
This is wonderful.
If you can't have baby, then you shouldn't be doing the deed to begin with. You act responsibly.
you guys are gonna have to find some way to get contraceptives soon, or you're just gonna have like little use everywhere.
No, that's fine. My little me's are gonna invade towns and destroy them.
Well, maybe they'll get us out of here.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe we can tunnel out. But I'm gonna hop off of here and go to bed. But
Happy dreams.
Yes.
I don't know.
Hopefully they're not about
After all this.
drivers.
All right, bye guys.
Night.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. I'm exhausted if you can't tell. I've been barely speaking words, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Those things.
Words are hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words do be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Doobie.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
Bye!
Goodbye.
Night.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Indeedy.
Yeah, I'm glad you get to jump on.
What's that?
Glad you get to jump on, Johnny. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Your car took a major shit.
I don't think that's a major shit. I mean, it's not a good shit.
You know what you do with a racehorse when it has a broken leg?
Put it down.
All right,
Yeah.
Papa.
True.
And then you put it and make it into dog food and glue.
Yes.
Yeah. Or those like weird granola bars we had for breakfast in high school. Those G-force bars.
Oh God.
You just don't question them.
That was horse meat and granola, and I'm convinced that no one can change my mind.
Or the sausage they gave us while we were in school.
That sounds about right,
God.
actually.
I've never seen sausage so lumpy in my life.
What kind of
I've never
food
seen
did they
I've never
feed
seen
you
it so
guys?
dry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We don't know. That's probably why we're all a little weird.
That's why I never ate the shit either.
Oh, dude.
My favorite thing that my high school served for lunches was Italian hoagie pizza.
Ugh.
All right,
was
fucking pinky out,
delicious.
fucking Warbucks over here.
I'm gonna
Right.
get off. Bye.
Later.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Happy dreams.
Those Minute Maid slushies, though, we got. Those were damn good.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded, and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.